I'd like to introduce probably one of the landmark and most beloved people of Other Avenues right now. I would like for everybody to give a warm welcome to Shanta Sakharov.
Okay, I'm so very glad to have you all here. And 40 years is a long time. 40 years for most small businesses is impossible because most small businesses in America are folding, as you know. All the mega businesses are gobbling up small businesses or merging, and all the small bookstores, small mom and pops are a thing of the past. So 40 years is an incredibly long time. To answer your question, how did we make it? How did we become successful? How did we get off the ground? Now, the answer to this question is kind of lies in three elements. And these three elements are actually interconnected. So the first element is food. Okay, food, wonderful food. Without this good food, you wouldn't be here today. Without the good food, I wouldn't be with Other Avenue for so many years. Good food should be a human right. Everybody should get healthy, good food. And yet, it has become a commodity that only few people can afford. So Other Avenue we started to distribute food, to distribute healthy food, and that is still our goal. So that was our first successful element, and that is the healthy food. Second element of the success is our community. Without you, the community, we would not be here. Without you, the community, we would not have made for those 80s. The 80s were terrible years. Or the 90s. Without you, the community, we wouldn't have gotten off the ground. So the community was built by good, healthy food. And the third element of success, that is last but not the least, is the wonderful staff, the workers.
Happy anniversary, Other Avenues.
I am in my late 30s, and I think that any human changes a lot from their 20s to their 30s for the better. And when I started, there were, I think, 10 worker owners, and we had part-time workers, we had volunteers, and there was a sense of martyrship. There was always a sense of struggle. We never paid ourselves well. Everyone who worked here felt like they were struggling. There was always this kind of, I don't want to say negativity, but there was definitely not as hopeful of a feeling as far as your role here. I stayed, and you know, for a long time I too felt like I'm trapped. I'm not really sure what to do next, thinking that there was something to do next. And now, since we bought the building, since we became fully worker owned, there's a sense of longevity and pride being a worker owner. The people that own this building and this business right now, this is our job, and that's a huge source of pride. We treat it like our career because it is. We're not looking for a way out, we're looking for a way to better this place. And so it feels successful, it feels professional. It feels like the right life choice for all of us to be here and doing this. The building was valued a lot higher than we expected, and the down payment we had to make was a lot bigger than we expected, and this were very huge numbers that we were dealing with. Very big responsibility and a lot of people's money from the community that we were responsible for. You don't just work a job without loving it, embarking on that kind of endeavor. You have to believe in the endeavor and the store and the business. You can't just, not care about your job when you're doing such a huge investment.
Well, we have so many projects and improvements pretty much on a regular basis these days, so it's not unusual to see something like what's happening in the kitchen today with the sink. There have been so many projects like that.